Hey, beloveds. It's Talk My Shit Tuesday. Okay. So, it's crazy out here right now. It's crazy. It's a lot going on. A lot of energies going on. This Rona virus going on. And I have my opinions about this whole debacle. Okay. I definitely feel like this is a major scare tactic that the government and the media, are promoting hard body. But I also know that the virus itself is very real, and people are getting sick and dying because we're not using our common sense. And we're jeopardizing our immune systems by the things we eat, by the things we're doing, our habits, and all these things. And one of the biggest shots to the immune system is fear. But the way that this is being promoted and propaganda and just saturated on social media and on the news and everywhere else, and everywhere you go, people are talking about it, and the panic hoarding and the panic buying and the panic this and everybody is like heightened energy and don't even realize that you are making yourself more susceptible. Did I say that right? Susceptible. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Because stress weakens the immune system. I am not here to tell you not to be afraid. I am not here to tell you that, you are not to have fear. Make space for it, feel it, but just don't stay there. If you do your research, if you just to take a moment and breathe and pay attention to all the things that have happened in the past. We've literally overcame all these, oh, this is going to kill us moments, several of them, especially around the presidential election years. Okay. And I'm going to leave that right there. So, I am definitely not trying to be dismissive of people's fears, worries, concerns, because, we all have our own levels of healing and dealing. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of other people in this process. Be mindful of the less fortunate that can't go out and buy the things they need. But then when they do have an opportunity, they can't because you're buying up all the tissue. I'm still trying to make that correlate, trying to see that correlation between corona and tissue. I don't understand it, and I'm not going to try to, yeah. So if somebody can put me on to that, because I'm still trying to figure it out days later. But anyways, take time to breathe. Be mindful of other people. One of my sisters, in the spirit, on my Facebook, one of my Facebook friends, she did a video and it was so powerful. And basically, she talked about the dietary component of the immune system and that part, which is very important. But she also talked about what we need to be paying attention to in these moments. In this moment, what are we learning from this? And that hit home for me so powerfully because, I was already pretty calm, cool, and collected about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Every disease there is, they created, and they have a cure for it. That's my opinion. Okay, I'm not talking for everybody. And it's also preventable. So do your due diligence to be preventative. Wash your hands. Um, don't be around sick people. Don't be around people when you're sick. Use common sense practices, you know, and it should be a universal thing. You know, we don't want to treat everybody with disrespect and, you know, maliciousness. But in times like this, we got to be like the health field. Treat every situation as if it's already contaminated. Be preventive. Be cautious. Use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have to, don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we don't have to make this bigger than the media has already made it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and not saying that it's not a huge deal, because I believe it is. I mean, you know, when we have people in power that were very lax about the situation, and now we have to get ahead of it because we're behind the curve in comparison to other countries, then that's an issue. So, um, so I'm not trying to downplay it at all, but we also need to do our part. Take care of our families, take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your neighbors. If there's an elderly person you know, check on them. Make sure they're good. Stop buying up all this damn tissue and sanitizer and all that. Make sure the people good. Make sure the kids good. This is a good time to get back to community. You know what I'm saying? Get back to family planning. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the discussion I had with my family yesterday is, if all these systems fail us, what can we do for ourselves? What do we know that could keep us going? If all else fails, will we be able to maintain our lives? And that's something we need to start thinking about, just on a regular basis, because, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. Shit cycles, and, you know, they're talking about a recession. What are you going to do when all you got is tissue? I mean, it's an honest question. What the hell are you going to do with all that tissue? Start thinking wisely, planning strategically, you know what I'm saying? And do it with a good heart. Maintenance your heart. Make sure your heart good, you know what I'm saying? Do some heart work. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some people out here that get in these heightened, panicky situations and do some crazy, wild shit. And, you know, I'm praying peace and protection from all of that chaos for myself and my family. And you should definitely be doing the same. A lot of things are closing. A lot of things are, you know, cutting back, you know, the hours of operation and all of that jazz. And as of yesterday, my book reveal was also postponed because my venue, you know, had to comply with regulations from the state. My venue was very intimate, and, you know, according to the state, you can't have more than 50 people in a space where the tables are not more than 6 feet apart, which would be absolutely impossible. So I have that whole deal to deal with. So it's just a lot of things that are happening in the world, but we have to really take time to be calm, be mindful, and continue to love and honor each other through this, because this is not the time for division. This is the time to unify and really come together and really understand the world we live in, what's happening in it, and how to come out of it. This is an opportunity for us to do something different, to reevaluate our plans. And like I said before, 2020, yeah, it's coming in like a son of a bitch. But this is the year of the blessing. You know what I'm saying? This the blessing. You know, if you ever notice the birthing process is painful and uncomfortable, and it's damn near like a death experience in itself. Like, it's like excruciating. This is what's happening right now. This is the growing process, that coming together process, whether we see it or not. You know what I'm saying? There is light in this. You know, the we still gonna receive those blessings. That rollout is still going to be real, and I'm claiming it and I'm owning it, and I know it to be true. So we just got to be mindful. This is just a test to the next level. This is just a transitional phase to get to that promised land, and I'm claiming that to be true. So, you know, like I said, be mindful. Be compassionate, you know. Think wisely, move wisely. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I'm starting to notice that common sense ain't that common. However, if you just take a moment and just think about what's necessary, this is the time to focus on what's needed and not what's wanted. What's you know, what's important and what isn't. So, with that being said, I'm going to just leave it there. You know, I'm praying for everyone. I hope you guys praying for me. All my information is in the description box as usual. My event has been postponed. However, my books everyone who has ordered a book will still receive their book and all the free attachments to it. I will let everyone know the new date for the book. It won't be a book revealed anymore. It will actually be a book signing and discussion. So that's a little more intimate, and I feel like that was divine timing, and that's that'll be a much better vibe. And I'll let everybody know when that is, but you can still purchase the book. I can make deliveries, or I have already a PDF. For those who are local, I'll definitely deliver your book to you or mail it, whichever you prefer, by the date 3/22 as previously set up, unless there's an issue with my shipping. It's supposed to be here this week. So hopefully nothing goes awry with that. But nevertheless, you will have your merch, and I will make sure that it gets to you. At least you'll have that in this time while we are quarantined and dealing with our families and self. Give you some good reading, okay? I love y'all in real life. Like I said, remember to be mindful, love each other, and just calm, breathe, get you some meditation, and do the necessary. And don't worry about the rest of it. Be cautious, be mindful. Love y'all.